All right, now I can see Jimbo and Judo tap out. So when I restarted it to try to fix it, um, I was signed out of StreamYard, which has never happened before. And then when I signed in, I had to like open the YouTube and stuff, like they tell you to do. And then I noticed that I had emails saying that someone was trying to hack my Google account. So that might have been why it wasn't working well on my end. But glad you guys can hear me. So for those who didn't see before, um, I was telling you guys that I chose to do the 2-part series that I did on how I came to YouTube and into this community, and how things went down for me, like my story, to answer a lot of people's questions that were coming over from Rap's channel and the Liberators channel, and other places, as everyone was trying to have peace and merge together. I just kind of wanted like to set the record straight, because some people out there actually thought, that I was still like working for Ernie, or that my eyes weren't open to things. Hi, Sheila, Diana, Daisy Joe, Narcissistic Times, Constant Sue, Fluffy, my love, Coupon and Madonna, my cousin, um, Chaotic, Exotic, Chronic Beauty, Miss Beth, Never Silent, That Girl, Earth Angel, and Big Brain Sandy Says. Hey guys. So earlier some screenshots were sent to me, and I have them on here. Hold on, I'll pull them up. Of course I edited them. Edited. Here's the first one, where someone named Love and Life. Oh, there's a lot less background noise. Okay, good. Hey, John Deere girl is saying that I am the one who called the hotel, and this must be about Mama T. And then follow up one to that. Hotel lady on the phone was Alicia. The Mama T says, "What makes you think that?" And she says, "I can tell." And then Tinkerbell Tina says, "We can do a voice comparison." Love and Life says, "I love voices, but I already did, and it's her." Tinkerbell Tina says, "Thank you." Oh, Mama T is saying it now too. Well, I tried to text her when I found out and tell her no, that it was not me. I had no part in any of it, nor do I care about any of it. Um, but of course, being told that her phone is off right now or something. So, anyways, I'm assuming that all of this is coming, and this is just an assumption. It's just my opinion. But I guess that I'm being thrown into this all because of the 2 videos I did talking about Ernie. Because I got comments from people, several from someone that goes by Maggie, all upset at me, talking and saying that I was bashing Ernie. And I don't feel like telling the truth, telling my story, and what I saw, what I heard, what I witnessed, is bashing. I just don't. It was my life. It was my experience. It is what I saw with my eyes. It's what I heard with my ears. It's what I went through. And if someone takes it as bashing, then that means that obviously, they saw the negative impact that, meeting Ernie and working with Ernie had on me. But because for whatever reason they want to choose to believe that Ernie does no wrong, I'm the bad guy for telling my experience. That's fine if they want to see things that way. If that's what they choose to believe, I'm not stopping them. You're allowed to have your own opinion. I'm not the thought police. I'm not all about cancel culture. Do you? But as far as me coming on here and bashing Ernie, when Ernie has told me on several occasions that it's all a movie, it's reality entertainment, don't take anything seriously. We've heard this man say he's a lichen. We've heard him say super soldier, possible brain chip in the head, taking down all of these people at one time, 1,150 something arrests, blah, 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 blah. Do I believe that Ernie believes all of that stuff? No, I don't. I think Ernie thinks that it's good entertainment. Do I believe that Ernie thinks that he's really harassed and bullied? I really don't. I think he likes it because it gets his name out there. The more people talking about him, the more he enjoys it. That is my thoughts and feelings, okay, from what I experienced with him being at my home, with me hanging out with him around town, and me talking with him over the phone and just getting to know him, okay? Discussions that we had. I think that if things do get quiet, like I said in my last live, and people aren't talking about Ernie, they aren't making up stories about him, they aren't bashing him, then he will come on and he will instigate it to rile people up. That he will be mysterious on purpose to get people talking and questioning where he is, what he's doing, what he is up to. And that's Ernie's thing. Except for the fact of a lot of people believe everything to be completely truth, and they give their money thinking that they're helping him in a dire situation, or that he's on his deathbed, or somebody just had somebody beat him up, and these women actually cry, they actually pray for him because they're emotionally upset because they believe in him, and they're giving their money. And I've saw people who one day say that they barely have anything to eat, and the next day give their last $5 to Ernie because they're thinking that they're helping him out of a horrible situation. Hey, Jamie, let me stop for just a second and say hi to everybody who came in. John Cena, Paisley, think Penny Positive, Andrea. Okay, I think I've said hello to everyone. Jamie, I hope you're feeling a lot better. But anyways, besides, when it gets down to that, when innocent people are scammed out of their hard work and money, when people get emotionally distraught because they believe in things, that bad. You shouldn't do it. Completely wrong. You should feel horrible for doing that. But as far as, going on YouTube under the name reality entertainment, or having it in your description and telling everybody a bunch of crazy stories, and people rolling with it, and some, clapping for him and sending him love and giving him donations out of their own free will just because they're entertained by him, or a bunch of people hating him, and throwing rotten tomatoes at him. That that is entertainment. It is. And he can say and he can do what he wants to do. More power to him on that. So I am not bashing him. I said that he can be very funny, that he has a lot of charisma, that he could do a lot of really great things if he put his mind to it. But I believe that he needs some mental help, some therapy, medication. And this is all coming off of, like I said, my own experiences with him, our own conversations, and things that he has said publicly about his mental health. Okay, so I'm not putting anything out there that he hasn't already put out there. I mean, the guy practically lived on YouTube. We've seen him go out and eat. We've seen him go from place to place, hang out with his friends, and then have his breakdowns on live. So to say that someone's not allowed to have an opinion about what we watch, or get angry and butthurt because their opinion about somebody or something that they've watched isn't the same as someone else's, is childish. It is ridiculous. And it means that you probably need to go get a mental evaluation. All right. That being said, I pray for Ernie Shell every night. All right. I wish him the best. I hope he gets the help that he needs. I hope he turns himself in and gets that situation taken care of. And I hope somehow, some way, if he comes back, he can come back doing it the right way. Really helping people. None of the stolen valor. None of the saying he saved all the children that he didn't save. But if that's what he wants to do, if that's what he really wants to do, then I hope he does it the right way and proves himself. Like I said, wish him the best. Even have some love for the guy. I do. I don't hate him whatsoever. All right. So I want to make that all clear. Maggie, Love and Life, and anyone else out there who thought that I was just coming on here to join the Bash Ernie crowd. That's not the case. Ernie knows how I feel. And if he put y'all up to it, then, that's on him. I'll continue to pray for him. Now, off of that subject and on to this recent one with these screenshots. I did not have anything to do with calling any hotel or any other place on Mama T. All right? Mama T is also on my prayer list. I was building a friendship with Mama T. Mama T went into an opposite direction than I choose to go in. I don't hate her for it. It's none of my business. She's a grown woman. She chose her group and her crowd of friends. Okay? It's a group that I didn't want to be involved in. So therefore, we went our separate ways. Peacefully. I didn't attack her. I didn't put her down for it. I don't care. We didn't know each other very well. We had a few phone conversations, and we're in each other's lives. YouTube lives, not real lives. When everything did go down and information started coming out about her, I did personally call her and I questioned her on some things. because that's what adults do. When you hear something about someone that's not so great, you call them, you tell them what you heard, give them a heads up, and then you tell them, your honest opinion on it, your thoughts and your feelings on it. And it's up to them to decide on if they're going to accept your perspective of things and your thoughts and feelings, or if they're going to scream and rage over it. Okay? As far as I'm concerned, and what I thought, Mama T pretty much understood where I was coming from. Right? I even took her side a little bit by trying to think of, reasons why, let's say, her dad was showing up. This is one of the claims, that her dad was showing up under her address on several different sites. And I even said, well, I know it's a possibility that if you have a bill that's coming in your name to a residence, like, a car insurance bill or car payment, a phone bill, a cable bill, anything like that, then these sites may list you as living at the residence, even though you do not. And I put that out there, given the benefit of the doubt, because it's a fair assessment. It's very possible that that's what happened. Okay? I have no ill will towards Mama T. Don't hate her either. I have no personal problem with her. Okay? I don't watch her lives because, like I said, I kind of just went my separate way. She chose a crowd that I don't really root for. So why would I want to still go in and watch and read her chat and hear what's all going on? At that point, it's really none of my business anymore. So I haven't in a few months, you know. Now I do go in whenever I can to see what the liberators are talking about. I've caught maybe 10 minutes here and there of some of Raps. And I haven't even, I used to try to go in every single night, and support Jimbo on things. But since I've been taking care of this foster baby, I haven't even really had the time to do that. I'll go in and, make some comments to you guys in the community, that I consider my fam, my friends, check on y'all, see how you're doing. I didn't even know about, James Foster's issue that he had, and popped in, saw it, added him to my prayer list, sent him a little bit of love. But I miss out on a lot of things because I'm busy, guys. I have a full-time job. Yes, I work at home, but it's still a full-time job. I do public relations and publicity for 31 people. Okay. I have 4 children of my own, 2 stepchildren, and a foster baby. I have the organization work. I have work with my church that I do, and work within my community that I do. I do not sit on YouTube from morning till night, going around from video to video to video to see what's going on with this person and who's saying this about this person. And I'm not putting anybody down that does. All right. If I wasn't so busy and I was at home, like because I'm disabled or because I'm retired or I'm sick, whatever the reason is, YouTube is a great place to go and buy some time, to meet some really cool people, to feel like you're a part of something. Hold on a second. Fluffy said 2 birthday gifts should be arriving Sunday. I'll let you know. Okay, awesome, Fluffy. Thank you so much. I'll set them aside for her. Have I missed out anything else, guys? I know I'm ranting, so I don't want to miss any important comments. Sarah, if you want to pop up and help me so that way I don't miss anybody's important comments during my rant, I'd really appreciate it. And I'm only heated because it's so absurd. And because I believe, and like I said, I could be wrong. It's my opinion. It's just a pattern that I have noticed over the past year. But I feel like, maybe Ernie saw the videos that I didn't like something that I said in them, or one of his people saw and told him, and he got the whole telephone on what was said, where things are usually, the truth is stretched, things are blown out of proportion, whatever. And, you know, gave permission, I guess, to throw me in on some people's drama. Let me get this off of here. That's just what I suspect. Okay, Sarah's going to be up in 2 minutes. Because I've just seen that happen too many times before. Someone comes in, says something that Ernie doesn't like. I don't know how many times that I saw it happen where it was a complete misunderstanding, right? Where I'm in his comments trying to tell him, Ernie, you took that the wrong way. That's not what this person meant, blah, blah, blah. But he's not watching because he's, boom, instantly mad. And he goes to doxing or attacking. And then, he might end up realizing, uh-oh, I messed up. And he will say, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I got it wrong. But by then it's too late. He's already blown up and said some really nasty things to that person, or put some personal information out there about that person. On other times, I've seen where he gets mad and then he runs to his little Discord chat, and tells the people, so-and-so's doing this about me, and they're saying this, or they're going to do this. And of course, and he blows things out of proportion. He likes to make things a little worse than they actually are, or say that he knows more than he really does. And then his little squad does his work on attacking them, on doxing them, on making videos about them, or going around and spreading lies about them, so that way other people will then attack them. So I really hope all you adults on here, anyone who's got a rational mind, anyone who thinks for themselves, does not see these comments that were put out there about me today calling the hotel on Mama T, and think that there is any truth to it whatsoever. Because I promise you, there is not. I have had no part whatsoever in whatever it is that's going on with Mama T right now. Okay? And I hate to say that I don't care, because that sounds ugly, because I do care. If she's hurting, if she's suffering, if she's going through a lot of pain, I do care. I do. Right? I want to see everybody living their best life. And I don't want to see anybody, having a hard time in life and or suffering in any ways, or going hungry, sleeping on the street or whatever. That doesn't make me happy. I don't feel like someone deserves to suffer in life, really, unless they've, done some really, really horrible things. And then, God will judge them. God will take care of them. And while God is judging them and while God is taking care of them, my heart's still going to go out to them because that's the kind of person that I am. But at the same time, I do have to say that I don't care, as far as like the drama side of things. I don't. I'm not on here listening to everything, and I don't even know who's all saying what, so I'm just going to throw names out there. But I don't know what Rap is saying about Mama T, what Jimbo is saying about Mama T, what Libs are saying about Mama T, or if anybody's even saying anything. I really don't. I don't know what's really went on in the last few days, but bits and pieces. So I haven't taken part in any of it. And I wouldn't even, if I did have all of the details, okay? And I did hear and see some really disgusting stuff going on. Unless it's harming, you know, a child or something like that, or, or the R word, or something really severe, I'm not calling anybody about anything. I don't do the whole go in real life on people because I'm mad at them or I'm in a fight with them, or because I need some, more views on my channel or something. I don't even know why everything goes on the way it does, really. I think a lot of people on here are just so caught up in the war with the other person, and it's like, let me outdo you and let you, I don't know. What I do know is that I personally don't have the time for it. To be able to keep up with it all, it seems like way too much time and work than I have to give. I got blamed because my voice sounds the same. Well, sorry about that. I mean, nothing I can do about my voice, but it wasn't me. It's just the fact of the person who did the blaming is what makes me think that person might have been put up to it. No one could ever suffer as much as Jesus suffered for us on the cross. Amen, John, dear girl. Amen. Chasing Justice says, Constance, I felt like she was coming at me. I don't take kindly to that. I was trying to explain what was said because her chat was only giving tidbits. Who? Yeah, Donna. Obviously, they think a lot of people sound the same, right? Because this person who was coming at me and blaming me today, isn't she the same person not too long ago that everybody thought was MAGA? And she was all upset because, you know, they had the wrong person, but then she's going to turn around and do it to somebody else. Does she not remember how that felt, or did she not really care because it's manufactured drama? Hey, Faith Over Fear. Hey, Jimmy. My opinion, it's a competition of fame and money. A lot of trauma projection going on as well. Misplaced anger and pain from trauma. Fears of finances and stress spewing out at others. Definitely narcissistic time. That's, for a lot of them, that's, yes, spot on for it. She turned it into a really big mess too, Alicia. Well, that's a crying shame, Jimbo. Yeah, and she flip flops like a fish out of water. Same gal. Yeah. Okay. Sarah's about to come up. Take a breath for a second now. when they have so much lies and scams at stake, they have to constantly smokescreen with any old BS. They don't care how untrue it is. Yeah, Sandy says, I mean, some of the stuff I've seen on here is just absolutely ridiculous. And you know, they don't even believe it themselves. It's just thrown out there for whoever will run with it because, like I said, manufactured drama that brings in views, and those views bring in money. And, like I said, more power to them, to each their own. If people love watching it and they love doing it, do your thing. As long as no one's going real life and no one is really getting hurt, because that's just taking it too far. That's too much. And I'll say it again. I've said it before. I've been through this a few years ago, once before, where a lady didn't like my podcast and things I was talking about. And she thought she was going to dox me, put my home out there, my business information, my kids' school, and my personal information. And she was going to stalk and harass me every day. I called up my lawyer, and my lawyer told me, don't interact as much as possible. Just say, please stop it. Stop it. Let them know you don't want a part of the drama. You don't want to play their games. You don't appreciate the stalking, all of that. Ask them to take your personal information down. Do not name call. None of that, okay? And just record everything is what he told me to do. If they do not, we will put up a cease and desist. If they go off after, keep on after the cease and desist, we sue. And guess what? It came to the point where I had to sue. And it did cost me a pretty penny. However, it stopped it all. Judge made them do a public apology, and the chick got a little over a year in jail. Okay? So I've been through it before. I'll go through it again. I just paid off all of my credit cards. Taxes are coming in a couple of weeks. And I've got a nice lump sum payment coming to me in the end of March. I'm not hurting. Well, I won't be. Okay? So that's the warning right there. I don't play. I don't want to be part of these games. I don't want to be up in everybody's drama. Okay? I don't want to be part of this movie. Like I said before, as far as I'm concerned, the end on the movie. Oh, sorry. Hey, Sarah,
this
sorry.
this movie sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Put
I
my
got
chat
on a
back.
rant again, and I didn't see that you were waiting in the back.
And no, it's funny. I do the same thing, And I was thinking everything you said is what kind of like I'm on that wavelength because if anyone would notice, I haven't said a damn thing in the chat with anyone's name, but keep saying my friggin' name, and that's all good because I might do the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, because I've not said one damn thing to not one person, not one spot in any chat, any text, any fucking screenshot. Sorry, are you gonna see Sarah's name? Nope, didn't do it. And I won't swear on your channel again. I just got a little worked up for a second. Sorry. I like
No,
to swear on my channel.
it's okay. Yeah, it's just like, what's going on in the world right now with, on social media. You hear it on the news all the time. You've got all of these cancel culture and because these social justice warriors that rage at everybody's opinions, and they want
Hmm.
anybody who doesn't have an opinion like theirs to be kicked off of social media, you know,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
just
Lots of. Yep. Hmm.
they're a thorn in everybody's side. Like they're totally against, freedom of speech. Well,
Yeah.
I don't stand for all of that mess. And I know what my rights are,
Yep.
you know?
I did
So,
have an edible. How'd you know, Leslie? Yeah. A little while ago. Kind of forgot about it. That's when it kicks in.
Jimmy said, I got an Amazon wish list. Trust me, I will give back to this community. I've always have when I could,
I made
and
one
I'll
too for my
continue to
son.
do that.
Yeah. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. Damn it. Once you get going, I'll think about it. Oh, about you were saying about, about everyone agreeing and stuff like that. A lot of people, friendships and stuff are broken up like that if you don't have the same opinion. But I'd rather have my opinion and say what I have to say and not like go along with. I'm not gonna go along with something, you know what I mean? I say what I say. I think what I think for myself. Just like when, for instance, an example would be I go on panel with Gypsy, excuse me, and Constance, and we have varying opinions on a certain case, the
Hmm.
missing girl case. I didn't want to say it, but anyways, we can sit up there and debate like adults, and it doesn't mean I'm gonna say "f you, you suck." You don't think what I think, you know what I mean? No, that's not how the world works.
Yeah, I mean, we came from an era of where
Doesn't mean I
debating,
hate her.
yeah,
Yeah.
debating was a good thing. Having discussions and stuff. I was in debate. And that was normal. That's where brilliant ideas come from, where people start to see other people's perspectives and kind of get outside of their own head. And if you think that everybody has to believe every single thing that you say and they have to stand beside you or they're not loyal, then you're self-centered, narcissistic. That's all there is
Mhm.
to it. Learn to be open-minded and see how other people feel and how other people think. You might learn something for once.
Yeah, I don't say the same things as, someone else just to keep along with them and make them happy. Some people I notice almost like they study, they're analyzing people and say what they think they want that person to says, for instance. They think, you know what I mean? For
Yeah.
for fake friendships and stuff like that. But no, I'm gonna call it like I see it. So I thought that was pretty funny for somebody to call me a follower when I'm actually not gonna go along with what people say. I say what I say and think what I think, like who I like. So you got that wrong, and it's funny how there's so much projection going on.
Well,
Lots of projection.
it's
Take a look
also
in the
something
mirror.
that I've just had to live with my whole life because, being raised up an independent Baptist Christian, like we don't drink, we don't do drugs, you know, the cussing thing, like you brought up, we're not, big cursors and things like that. So, a lot of people, they might like you, or they might even love you because you worked with them at some time in life, or you went to school with them, or whatever. But they don't really want to be the one invite you out to parties and things like that. And I get
Hmm.
that. I understand that. So I have friends and acquaintances and people that I've known my whole entire life who will come over and visit me at my house, sit and talk with me and all that and everything, but I don't, go out with them all to the bars and stuff like that and everything. And they totally understand that. They don't hate me for my choices and for my beliefs. And I don't, get all up in their faces over theirs.
Hmm. Right.
That's called adulting. Why can't people do that on YouTube? Why is it all bullying, hate, gaslighting, lies, and drama?
It seems to be entertainment for some, I guess. And then it just keeps going to the next level, to the next level, and then what I see is a pattern of retaliation. It's like one thing happens, but it's like it didn't mean to get to the level it happened, but people have the right to defend themselves, and sometimes it goes a step far, and then I sit and think, oh gosh, I know what's, you already know what people are gonna do. It's just gonna keep being a retaliatory thing. And when does it end? When does the circle stop?
Right. And I get the whole entertainment side of things, just like I did when Ernie explained it to me about his channel. I understand that there's a lot of people who have made it really big off of being fake. Majority of these reality shows are partially scripted, you know?
Right.
And so what's the difference between watching it on TV or watching it on YouTube, whether it be people or regular people? To me, none. If you like it, if you're entertained by it, then that's great. Like I said, I don't even care about people donating their money, sending cash apps or super stickers or whatever because they're being entertained or they believe in the movement or whatever it may be. People should get paid for their time and their effort on what they're doing. You know, you pay to go
Yeah.
watch a movie, so why not pay someone for entertainment on YouTube?
Well, it
But
costs us too to have StreamYard, so that
yeah,
alone's a bill on us. That's 20, it cost us 25 a month just for that. So you're donating towards the channel too, just to keep it going in a way, I guess, if somebody wants to.
yeah. But I do believe that people should have a disclaimer. They should
Mhm.
be honest about the fact that their channel is for entertainment purposes. And in a way, I have to say that Ernie did that when he named it reality entertainment, and he said over and over, "It's all a movie." The people who chose to not believe what he was telling them and think everything was real, well, that's kind of on them, in a way. Um,
Uh,
that's just kind of how I see it. But
I'm
I
just sorry.
think it's
Your
gotten to the
chat
point.
is making me laugh.
Okay, just a second. I think on here it's gotten to the point where they've run out of ideas. The same stuff has been rehashed over and over again. So now, like you said, it has to be taken to another level because people have been brought up so high that now they're getting bored
Hmm.
unless it goes, really heavy.
Yeah. Some do it for the audience too, maybe.
Yeah, I see people pressuring other people, to do something and pushing to do it, almost like a dare or something. And I've
Like
even
high
seen
school.
people, yeah, I've even seen people say, oh, here's $50 super chat, make that call or do this or do that. I've got your back, here's the money you need to go and do this and that. And then that kind of puts that person to feel like they have to follow through because they've been paid to do it in a way.
Or it acts as an incentive to keep it going because they want more money. Because some people just want money. Like, oh, I
True.
just got money for that. What else can I do? It's just you're actually feeding into it's negative reinforcement.
Right, Leslie B. Exactly. That's that real life stuff that I'm talking about. That, there's a lot more to it, but I'm just kind of
That's
talking
true.
about the YouTube aspect side of things.
That's true, and he knows the truth about it no matter what he tells and brainwashes anyone here. He did that, and he
Hmm.
knows it.
Hey, Gypsy.
Hey, Gypsy. Yeah. Oh, Constance. Constance, you got a link for Constance?
Yeah, let me get it. I think I've pretty much said my piece on all of it. I don't know. I might get heated again.
Let it out. Man, I didn't even go on YouTube today. I'm like, man, I won't tell you because it'll be a bunch more bad words. But instead I went to the beach and I did a lot of clips. I did a lot of short clips so I could piece them together. Took my dog to the beach all day. He's he's tilting his head at me right now. What? We're going to the beach? What? No, not now. Not now.
That's funny. Oh,
He
here
got
she.
himself 3 crabs. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's more fun than this.
There's a lot of things in life more fun than sitting around listening to everybody screaming at each other.
You're awesome, chaotic.
Love you too, chaotic. Constance, you there?
I was muted. What I see the
Oh
difference
shoot.
is, like we know, like Storage Wars, they said those storage sheds were kind of set up. It was reality TV, but it was kind of set up. So that's the difference between reality TV and Ernie reality TV is reality TV should never make anybody cry or be devastated.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
True.
I've seen so many women, and just Jody just the other day cry for Ernie because she thought poor Ernie. So that's when Ernie should say, "Hey, Jody, hey, I'm just doing this for show. If nothing else, reassure Jody so Jody
That's
won't cry."
true. That is the absolute truth right there. If that happened to her,
I mean,
I didn't see it.
that happened to Lisa. That happens to so many people that feel sorry for Ernie. They cry for Ernie because they think Ernie's being picked on. The least Ernie could do is set these women aside and say, "Hey, honey, it's okay. It's okay. Don't just, I'm just doing this, for a movie." But he doesn't. He plays into it. And
He
he
likes it,
yes, he
clearly.
uses those women's tears to get
Well, I
more
guess somebody
sympathy.
feels powerful. It makes you feel more powerful, I guess.
Yes.
well,
And
didn't
that's
Ernie
the
tell
difference.
Lisa the truth? I think he did tell Lisa that majority of it was a movie and stuff like that. But still, even when he does that, you still don't know what's true and what's not. So it's like you kind of
Right.
still have to figure it out.
Yep. Once he says that, then you're stuck going, which one are, is this the real part? And I've told him that. When he'll tell me something, I say, okay, Ernie, is this just a movie? Is this a sting? Or is this real? Because I don't know. I can't. And
Yeah.
that's why when you cry wolf, there was people in the hospital making fun of you because we don't know if this is the movie, the sting, or reality.
That is
Hmm.
true.
And that's where it gets dangerous. And it gets very dangerous when he does the crap like he did to Jimbo by saying he had all those pills and money and cash.
Absolutely. That's
This,
upping it to the next level.
and see how Ernie Shell is still having the outreach of his life is still hurting people. Today, with the man even gone, his bullcrap is still hurting people. The end game, everybody says with Mama T, well, what's the end game? What's the end game? Well, the issue with Mama T is nobody wants her over here on this side. We're not fighting for her to come over to this side. No, nobody gives a shit if she falls to Nicolina. What the issue was is she was doing just like Ernie. She's taking advantage of good people. People that people that see scammers on YouTube are always going to call out the scammers on YouTube. And she wants to call a truce. Well, a truce doesn't mean that I'm going to stop calling you a scammer. As long as you keep scamming and lying, I'm going to talk about you scamming and lying. So if you want a truce, stop scamming and lying. It's that
Yeah,
easy.
Leslie's comment is something I was thinking about. Like if you're gonna do all those things like you're saying, and what part is the movie, tell people when they're, when they're so invested like that to the point, like you said, she was crying and everything. Well, you should probably at least think about telling people that have been by your side for all these years, being your mod, doing all this stuff for you, making videos. I think they have the right to know what's a movie and what's not. At this point, they're going to stand by you. They already like you, they're there for you, but why do they not have the right to know what's real and what's not real when they're so invested to the point that they're, some of them are getting in fights over you with people and stuff. Shouldn't don't they deserve to know
Well,
the
I
Absolutely.
script?
think that some of them may know. Like I think they have, like I did. They have an idea that a lot of it is, but Ernie, he blurs the lines between what's his movie and his actual just lies.
By changing the subject?
Sometimes I think he doesn't even know himself what's real and what's not anymore. You know,
True.
and
And it doesn't help
so
that Lori's making him a Superman hero.
yeah.
Yeah, that just feeds the monster, but what part does she might not know what's real and what's not, and she's going for what she believes in. And he could easily say this is part of the script or something, and at least so she knows what she's doing. If that's what she's doing,
And
you
I
know?
say because I go back to the Busch Gardens thing again,
Oh,
when he saw what Tamari said, and then he told us, this is all part of the movie. What I'm about to say, y'all just know it's all just entertainment. Don't say nothing, you know. And then he went on to, go live and tell a story about us getting kicked out and all of that because, people calling and saying that this predator was walking around all these kids at Busch Gardens. Okay, well, at that point, when he's saying all that on his live, if y'all heard it, he was saying it like, man, I can't even have fun. I try to come and ride some roller coasters, and this stuff happens, hanging out with some
victim.
new friends, and this happens to me, and he's saying it in that. y'all know Ernie's voice and how he says it, like, you know, just messed up, man. That's what the trolls do, though. He was in total movie role.
Hmm.
But over time, as he kept talking about it and different lines that he had, you saw him begin to believe that it actually happened, to the point where he really got mad and angry.
Yep.
And I
Wow.
was like, oh my gosh, it never even happened, and you're emotionally upset about something that you made up.
A
So that's what,
manufactured victim. That's
yeah,
what it was. Manufactured victim. We see
Mhm.
it.
right. So that's why I'm saying, like, I think that how they say, like, a pathological liar will say the same things over, and for eventually they don't even know anymore what's the truth and what's not. And they can actually, like, if you look it up, they can actually repeat something so often that they have false memory of it happening
Oh,
in
I've seen
their
it.
head.
Yes, you're right. I actually know someone that does that. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's insane. It's insanity to watch. You're like it's almost jaw dropping.
But he only does that. Um, was it the behavior panel that said the organism does what makes the organism successful? So he keeps doing that because he knows that got him the cash apps and the sympathy money from
Hmm.
My Monkey and Jody. Jody said the first time I met Ernie, I met him. I think what she said on Facebook or something, and he needed money to pay his team to eat dinner. She said, so I bought the whole team dinner. There was no team.
Wow.
There was no. She just said that on Southern Girls panel just the other day, and I was thinking, you know what?
Way to treat a
And,
person that's had your back.
yeah, Jody, that money, and like Rose really wants to rescue our children, which is great. But all the time and energy that people have put into Ernie could really go to someplace real to rescue our children. Don't look for it on the internet. There's places in your community that you can verify, you can touch, you can feel, you can see, you can, and what kind of cult crap is your eyes and your ears will deceive you, but your God given heart will lead you. If that ain't a cult, that's saying don't believe what you see, don't believe
Stay the
what you
path.
hear, and
Unit
they all
8.
go by that motto.
Well, he was right, because my God-given heart led me in the opposite direction, because
And
Absolutely.
it gave me discernment and opened my eyes to all of the scamming and the lies and the women that were getting hurt through it all.
and I'm staying the path. The path the other way. Thanks for telling me about the path. I'm on it.
I love your humor, Sarah. I just she just throws it out there so but for anybody to cuss you two just kills me because you two are the most neutral, the most understanding, the most non crap talking people that you two are just the most, I don't know, down the middle of
Well, I might
anybody.
think things, but I keep a lot to myself because I feel like it's more appropriate to keep it to myself. And some things make me laugh, don't get me wrong, but I don't say everything I'm thinking.
Well,
You know?
I don't like to just go on and personally bash people. Like, I
Yeah.
Yeah.
know that is starting to get up there in my age, now, and everything. I don't look like how I used to look. Sometimes I look
Mhm.
at and I'm like, oh my gosh, my hair's getting thin and stringy. I'm getting bags under my eyes. I'm putting on some added weight. So I'm definitely not going to go on and bash women for being heavy set, or not, looking so great on a day or whatever. Like, I couldn't do that because I know how it would make me feel, you know. And
Yep.
so I'm just not one that's going to go on and bash people about their looks, or hardships they're having in their life. You know, like them saying Jimbo being evicted before. Okay, so Jimbo had a hard time at one point in time in his life, and him and his family went through a very stressful situation, but they got back up on their feet. you know so why do I want to joke about that, or
Mm.
put him down for something like that? I'm too afraid that that kind of behavior is going to come back on me. The Bible tells me the Lord chastens his children threefold.
Yes.
And
you
it's
know
obvious there's obvious past medical issues that you can clearly see, that could have contributed to that. So, I mean, that's like picking on a medical problem. I'm sure, some of the struggles. They have you know when you have the main person in the house that's going through all the surgeries he's had and stuff and struggles with pain and stuff, and you have all those kids to feed. That's a
Right.
hardship that he didn't ask for, and he will continue to struggle for the rest of his life.
Right. I don't want to make fun of someone for, if they're for an alcoholic, if they're a drug addict or anything. I've never been either one of those, but I've worked for people and I've had people in my family, that struggled from those type of things. And it is hard, and it might be their fault that they got into it in the first place, but it's a struggle to get out of. And you don't know what they're thinking when they lay their head down on their pillow at night, or if they hate themselves for what they're doing or who they've hurt in their family because of it. And it's bringing them too much pain. Like I think about those things, like the big picture of things, like what people are
Hmm.
really going through in their hearts and their minds. And I do not want to be the person that makes it any worse on them.
Yep.
So I don't
Yep.
go around bashing anyone. And for the people on here that say that I do, well, I'm sorry, but I have to disagree.
I'm gonna concur.
And what Mama T did today was the art of the dry bag. I had to point this out with Andrew Hilt when he'll come on
Oh
and
yeah,
say, "Well, my kids are. It's my kid's birthday. I sure wish I could get him this. And, but darn, my payday's not till Friday." Okay, He did not come out and say, "Hey, I need money." It's called the dry bag. What Mama T
that's a
did
dry
today
bag.
was her sister didn't have money to pay for a new room, so she's like,
Oh
"Oh,
boy.
she's going to use that as, oh, I'm going to use that. My sister got evicted today, knowing that D Boss and Manchester Vicky, and I forgot who the other was that seen it, say, "Oh my God, that's terrible. Oh, how can I help you? This is ridiculous. Message me." She knew. She asked without asking. And
Yeah.
that's what she does daily. She comes on there with her voice. She's so sick. I'm trying. I'm here. I love you. God bless. Respect. Much love to everybody. And she knows that people are going to throw the money out there without her asking. And that is a con. That is a con, the same as Ernie is a con.
See,
And
I
that's why
don't know
people,
about any of that. Like I said, I haven't really been on. I have no idea what went down. I did see that Jimbo was live about something today, but I was busy. I was working. And I think at that time was I cooking dinner and I said Jimbo was live today?
you got thrown
I
in
don't
because your
know.
voice sounds the same. That's the only reason.
Yeah. So I don't even know what all went down, really. I have no clue, you know.
Hmm.
So I can't
Yeah.
sit here now and have an
I don't know
opinion.
anything about the day either because I went to the beach and enjoyed the beach.
But they,
Real life.
what they did was now they not only have irritated this motel company by being there, by her lying and saying it's not real, she's causing that motel company to work harder because now she's saying that's not true. So people who want to know are going to call. 20
Hmm.
and 30 people are going to call this motel to ask, and Mama T could just simply cut the loss and say, okay, it's true, and save that motel some trouble, but she
Hmm.
won't do it. She's going to cause more trouble just to keep the lie going.
Yeah. And
Mm.
then it would be on, other people, but it originated from one spot,
Right.
from the
If
original
she
story.
wouldn't have
I see
lied,
what you're saying. I see what you're
or
saying,
she'd
yeah.
be honest about it, then save a lot of trouble. But no, she's going to keep the lie going.
Well, see, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't have an opinion on something that I didn't watch, that I didn't see for myself, I don't know about, you know. Um, but I do think that a lot of this stuff on here would stop if people would, if you're gonna come up here and you're gonna be a public figure, okay? Because that's what you are when you come on here and you start talking about things and putting your opinions out there or whatever. That's what they look at you as a public figure.
Yeah.
Then you need to be transparent to a point. When you say something, back it up. You know,
Yep.
um, if you are struggling and you're going through a hard time, what, maybe let's just say that your car broke down or whatever, and you went and you got an estimate done for it and they said it was going to be $3,000 to fix it. Post that estimate and show, this is my estimate, this is what it's going to cost to fix it. I don't have it right now. Anybody who's willing to help, let me know what I can do to help you in return.
Mhm.
you know that
Judah.
can be expected, I think.
And if you give $500, take that $500 off. Don't keep collecting it again and get 3,000 from six people. Say Beth
Right,
donated 500, Sarah donated 300, anonymous donated 200. Keep the people know a running total, and that way you're credible. You just
right,
can't say, well, keep getting money, keep getting money, keep getting money, and then be humble. If your car breaks down the next week, just know that it's probably you shouldn't ask. There's other people out there that people that donate to. Give everybody a break. Even if just don't ask. Find another way. What would you do without YouTube? If you've asked this week and you asked next week and you've asked the next week and the next week and the next week, that's just taking advantage of in my opinion.
right. Because there's a lot of people on here that could use a lot of help,
Right.
all the time. And even in our own little group, there's people that cannot. There's just no way that they can better their situation on their own, you
Yeah.
know.
And if
And
they're like if Donna has $500 per month that she's for charity, if she gives $500 a month to somebody that doesn't need it, that's ridiculous when that $500 could go to somebody that could use it. And that's why I get so mad about the scamming people. If you've
Hmm.
got 4 adults living in your motel room and you still need YouTube money, none of you are disabled. So there's no really reason that anybody should be giving you any money because none of you are disabled. You could go around, like somebody said, put up an ad for cleaning houses. You know what a good job is that nobody does, but everybody needs it done? Offer to pick up dog poop. I will do your yard for $25. There's many people that would say, hey, go out and go at it. And you go do it and you're done. And you do it and you're done. If you get 5, houses a day, it's $125 a day. And it only
Hmm.
takes you maybe, I don't know, 2 hours. You can do something. You don't need to sit up there and for money.
I saw those crap cleaners before, and I did like a triple take. Like, is that really a car that's there that is advertising that it cleans crap out of your backyard? Yeah,
Yep,
sure
it's a
enough.
good business.
They go by the bucket, I think.
Yep. And
you know,
all you gotta do is like you have a paper things you put over your shoes so you're not contaminating yard to yard, and you sanitize your shovel between yards so you're not contaminating yard to yard. And you go in and tell the people, can you put your dog up? They put your dog up. You go up there and scoop the poop. And you're gone, and you go on to the next house. And there's older people, there's business people, there's even people like me. And I'll be the one. And if somebody came over and said, hey, I'd give them $25 to do it, and it's easy. You can. It's an easy job, and that's something you can get started really easy.
I can't think of a time that I've ever went on someone's panel or on my own channel and just asked for money. You know, I do have, Jimbo made this backdrop for me and set this up for me, that has my thing on there if somebody wanted to donate, but I don't ask people, I'm definitely not
Hmm.
going to get mad at anybody if they don't. I think I've only ever gotten 3 people that's ever said anything on YouTube, and that's fine.
Yeah,
I don't care,
most
you know.
yeah
Um,
most
but I
most of us are
posted.
probably negative because we pay for StreamYards.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I posted Bella's little wish list for her birthday that's coming up for anybody who wants to help because I'm not getting paid by the government for what we're doing
Hmm.
right now. I'm not getting any help from the mother, and it just kind of came out of nowhere. It was just the situation was just kind of thrown on us.
Hmm.
And she was handed over to us. She was handed over to us with very little diapers, very little clothes. I mean, practically nothing. We had to go out and get everything set up for her. Something to sleep in, clothes to wear, diapers, all the baby
Hi,
stuff.
voices.
And
Yeah,
so
that's why
I put,
I was happy about that
And
to buy her an
this is
outfit.
how I wish we could get streams to do. You know how when like the stripper in the bar, when you put a dollar in his, you put a dollar in their pocket, a dollar here, and go put up a dollar here. I wish that we could start something to where we were all in a stream. If the stream is entertaining, instead of thinking you got to give a $10 super chat, if everybody just at the end of the
Hey,
super
people.
chat would just tip a dollar, like it's your meal, when you're done eating, just tip a meal if it's a good meal. Tip a dollar if it's a good stream. Tip a dollar if you laughed. Tip a dollar if she touched your heart. I just wish that and then that nobody has to give a big thing, and then everybody. And I know, like with mine, I go buy more memberships to this stream or that stream, or
Yeah.
kind of just share the wealth all around. But if I'm having fun in a stream, that's what you give money for. You shouldn't have to feel like that person's well-being is on your heart, oh God, you know.
Hey, Jackie Gooch. Hey, Smoky Mountain Mama. Thanks
Hi,
for coming.
everybody.
But I brought that up because people were commenting hateful stuff on that, like, really, you're asking for or a baby's
Mhm.
wish list, like, they were commenting hateful stuff. I can't even remember it all. Some of
I
them
seen
I
it.
deleted.
That's
I,
pretty
I,
ridiculous for some of the shit, excuse me, I swore again on your channel, that I've seen on
For a
here. And
baby.
that's okay. And that's okay to repetitively do it, but you just coming up and trying to help a child out of nowhere is a
Yeah,
problem for putting a wish list when she came with nothing. That's backwards. Sorry.
that's
Backwards
ugly.
thinking.
right. And how many times, guys, have I tried to give back on here by, giving out
All the
Hmm.
Thanksgiving
time.
dinners, giving out
All the
just
Yeah,
time.
money for trivia games, you
yeah.
know, and giving back to the community. And then I asked for some stuff for a foster baby, and all of a sudden I'm a horrible, bad person.
They did it because
And
they're
it was
doing good
if
to
you
you.
wanted to donate. It's the same thing as if you want to donate, donate. If you don't. That's what the same
Mhm.
thing is with the baby clothes. You weren't coming out and directly asking. It was if anyone wanted to donate. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Mhm. And they know
And
it's been good to you,
yeah. And I
What?
was happy to buy her that sunflower outfit. And I knew when I saw it, I was going to buy it for you just because I saw the sunflowers.
Mm.
And she's worn it probably 10 times. She loves that little outfit.
Well, I figured it would be a favorite of yours anyway.
Guys,
Hey,
I'm going to
boy.
drop down. Thank you for letting me up.
Okay, thank you,
Oh,
Constance.
see you, Constance.
Hey,
That was
voices.
that was abrupt.
Well,
I wasn't expecting that. Oh,
I'm probably going to end this soon anyways, because, I know that other people are going live too. I just
oh,
wanted to
what's? Oh, I didn't even realize it was so late.
I know. I only planned on coming up for like 30 minutes, but I got a little heated because it's just so aggravating. And I'm not even so heated that they threw my name in on there and all that. I mean, I expect that kind of stuff. That's what I
Yeah,
said.
but it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous
Yeah.
for us to be thrown in it. I mean, everybody knows the truth anyways. That's why I was like, whatever today. I'm just going and doing my own thing and enjoying my peaceful area because this is stupid. But for everyone that just came in, we had basically a talk earlier. If anyone wants to catch the replay about, current events in this current crap
Yeah.
in the
Being
in the dumpster fire.
of making phone calls that I did not make about a situation I didn't even really have any information or know much about in the first
And
place.
pretty much same. I don't even know what I'm accused of. That's why I went to the beach. This is all a bunch of crap lies.
Yeah. And I hate that whole thing that, like, well,
Big old bitty heifer.
if you're seen in somebody's chat while they're bashing someone or they're talking about something that's going on YouTube or whatever, then you're part of it.
Oh
Whatever.
yeah, guilty by association.
Yeah,
Man, nope, just watching something.
just
No,
fight it.
whatever.
But at the end of the day, when all my kids are asleep and my husband's asleep, and I'm just trying to, like, calm my brain down, to get ready to try to go to sleep myself, I hop in and I talk to the people in the chat. I don't even
Mhm.
always pay attention to everything that the creators are talking about or saying. You
Lots
know,
of people do that, and that could go two ways too. When other people are calling cops on people. So if you want to say it that way, then that's the same thing as saying when people are calling false cop calls. Why don't you say anything, huh? Exactly, because you're in the chat, some of us, and we're just talking, and everybody knows that. We're not responsible for, actions of others. We're responsible for our own actions.
one thing that I do a lot is, like, I watch what people are saying that's going on in their real lives, with their kids or their animals or family members, and I have that prayer list that anybody can have a copy of if they want. Just email me at aliciaturner81@gmail.com and I'll send you a copy of it. And I keep a log of what everybody requests prayer for or that they need help or assistance in. So I'm watching the chat a lot for stuff like that, because when I can, I try to help those people in those situations. And a lot of you know that that is true because I've been there for you when you needed it, you
Mhm.
know? So, like I said, I'm some busy doing other things, and sometimes I might just have it on and, be cleaning the house or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Pop in.
do that too sometimes.
So I'm
I mean,
not participating in, an attack on somebody or something, or because I'm there doesn't mean that I am believing in everything that the creator is saying about the other person or anything like that, you know?
Yeah,
It's
because a
just
lot of times if you didn't see like the previous stuff, like if you were doing something cleaning or doing whatever, you don't even know what people are talking about half the time. I mean, that happens.
right. Yeah. So, and I mean, sometimes I don't even know what they're even talking about, you know, like, what's all,
Yeah.
because I haven't kept up with all of it. And like
Yep.
I said earlier, I just don't care, you know?
Yeah. That's why I wasn't keeping up with it today.
I
Um,
don't have,
that's what I'm saying. Narcissistic times, exactly.
yeah, I just don't have the same,
That's the important stuff. What you're doing, that's what matters.
right. You know, taking care of this baby, helping her mama out, helping families in the community. People, there's so much homeless right now, you know, and sometimes it makes you feel really good. Like, I know Gypsy knows this because I've showed her several times, but where my daughter works, at the end of the day, all the food that's left over they can take home with them. Most places, a lot of places will make you throw it out, even pour bleach over it, stuff like that. But where my daughter works, they can take everything home and, it's theirs. So she'll bring home days like, you know, what's those like 10, you know what I'm talking about? Those like casserole dishes that are made out of like aluminum foil, with a
Yeah.
lid on it. She'll bring home like 10 of those or more sometimes of food. There's no way we don't even have the refrigerator room for all of that stuff, and we're kind of sick of eating all from there. So I'll take it, and you can go to Family Dollar and you can buy those little plastic like Tupperware dishes for really cheap, and I get a bunch of them and I put the food in there. We put it in a box and we go and we drive around town and we pass it out to homeless people. It makes us feel amazing that we get to help those people that day, and it cost us hardly nothing to do it, you
Mhm.
know some people need to get off YouTube and do something like that, you
Yeah.
know
Fulfilling gestures like that.
right, do something good that makes you feel great about yourself. It makes you feel like you know you have a purpose in life. You're not just wasting it away by waking up every day wondering how evil you can be, who you can hurt this day, who you're going to bash this day.
Mhm.
That's what has me fired up. That's what has me enraged. Not
Yep.
the personal stuff towards me, because I know people are going to talk, and that's fine. It's just all the ugly that's just senseless, day after day after day. I mean, get a new hobby. Be have some worth. You know
Oh, the funny thing is like the number rumor. I mean, it's the same number. The number's good.
what? What's that about?
There's been claims like people. I mean, it's natural. I guess people want to believe what they want to believe, but all you have to do is call the number.
Mm.
They're
All
saying
right,
that
so
the number Jimbo called was fake, but it wasn't. It's all right.
Alicia, I was named Dodge City's Case Person of the Year in 2013 for work provided free clothes to my community. That is awesome, Constance.
Nice.
My husband looks at stuff I would never even think to look and laugh out loud. Right? Yeah, I like to take my husband with me when we go to those types of places too. But I guess we're going to shut this down because it's almost 11. Give everybody time to go to the bathroom, get them a drink, and head over to Jimbo's or wherever they want to go. Thank you for
What
coming up.
time is it at? 11?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I just
okay.
saw
I'll
people
figure it
were saying
out.
in the chat that Jimbo was about to go live.
I'm laughing at that Smoky Mountain Mama because I was inspired. I was gonna go to the thrift store too. I was like, it was like this magnetism pulling me to it. Go to the thrift, but I had my dog with me, so I'm like, nah, I gotta take him to the beach. Don't go to the thrift store. And that would have been funny if she went live too, because then I would have done a triple thrift. We could do that sometimes. Triple thrift.
Yeah, that would be awesome because I have a lot of these thrift stores and like vintage stores around here, around my house, and I try to go a couple of times a month and just do my rounds on them. and half of my house is decorated by those stores, you know.
I still have stuff
So
in my van from the last one.
we could do that one day. I'll do it at the same time and, you know, go live together and show what we have at our stores.
Smokey, that's a lot of what I do too. Remake the stuff. I do a lot of that upcycling stuff with thrift stuff. I love it.
That,
Love
that
it.
was my grandmother's
It's my
job.
thing.
When
Yeah,
she got older, she used to have a yard sale every weekend at her house, and
that's my
she
grandmother's love
sold.
too.
Yeah, she resold stuff that she got from thrift stores or other yard sales for like a little more of the price than what she paid for
Oh
it,
Lord. We're
and
talking
she
about thrift
loved.
stores right now. Yeah,
Oh
my
wait,
grandmother's a big thrift store. Yeah, I
why
was
don't
just
you
talking
tell
about.
to back the f off, and anyone
I mean,
else
you can
will.
talk to Jimbo yourself. He's going to be going live, but Alicia is just talking about something else.
I don't know what she means by
And
the number.
actually, since you're already in here, since you're telling a bunch of lies about me, I guess you can't help it if you didn't check it, because people lying to you. But yesterday, I didn't know this, but yesterday I did send you a text message and I said, well, why is she not even responding to me if she's gonna, most people when they're gonna, talk stuff and have something to say or want to confront someone, they talk to them. So I did attempt to contact you and you didn't respond, and then somebody told me today that your phone is off. So that makes sense because I was saying, why is she going to say all this stuff and not even answer me?
Yeah, I
So
texted you, Mama T, but then I was told that,
we got no answer.
yeah, that your phone was off. So, but when it comes back on, you should see my text from today, because
And
I.
mine's from yesterday. Scratch and sniff. Oh Lord, Smoky Mountain.
But tell Jimbo to back off of Mama T, because Jimbo's a grown man. I'm not his mother. I'm not
He's right
related.
there.
You
There you
know,
are, Jimbo. Back off.
Jimbo, stand down. Um, you know, Jimbo, he knows that I don't enjoy everything that he does, that I'm not, you know, patting him on the back at everything that he does.
Yeah, you've
Um,
said that.
you know, I said that on the Liberators, and I've told Jimbo that personally. But
Yep.
Jimbo's going to be Jimbo, you know, and that's his right to be Jimbo. So,
Yeah, we all are what we are.
but
Do what we do.
that doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, I'm right there clapping my hands at everything that he does, you know.
True that.
And that goes for anybody on here. You know, there's things that Gypsy does, and I love Gypsy to death. I love her with all my heart. She's one of my best friends on here. I talk to her all the time. But there's things that she does that I'm not for, and she knows that, and she's okay with it. You know, um, I guess same with chaotic.
Fluffy. Farts in a jar again. Oh no.
I better get one, Fluffy. I want one, and I want it signed and autographed. Hey, Bama. Hey, Coco.
Okay. Why is there so many different numbers going around? I'm so confused.
I
Because the
don't know.
one that now one person just said hospital, somebody said trucker. It's like, why is it so many different numbers? Because the one number matches the one that he did. I don't know. I don't know why it got so confusing. Maybe there's the wrong area code or something. I don't know.
Hey, look, there's Murphy's Law. I'm surprised she's brave enough to come in here.
Who's
Remember, I
here?
took Murphy's Law. Remember, I took her kneecaps out one time.
No.
Oh, over a trivia game.
No, no, I didn't see that one.
She was beating me. I couldn't have it.
I think I'm done forever because it's the frustration level. My blood pressure when we play because it's not like everybody has different Wi-Fi speeds, and it's not that I didn't get there first. It's like what throws me off is when I see my name first, and then seconds go by where it seems to, and then somebody else puts an answer, and then they're called as the winner, and I'm like, it makes no sense to me why it does that, and it's like a false win and you never know when you're gonna get one, and it says you got one and you didn't. It makes me
Yeah,
mad.
that happened to me a few times too, and I had to pitch
But
a
it
fit.
happens to me every time, so it's like I'm never gonna have a chance if I see it as winning and I go as lightning speed. And how is it possible? It doesn't make sense.
E squared says that too. She gets so mad sometimes.
So yeah, I just probably won't do it because I don't know if it's a Wi-Fi thing, but why I don't know why it does it out of order like that. That's the thing. I'd rather just lose and see my name as losing than see that it's a false win. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't like
Fluffy
it.
usually tries to send me to bed. She doesn't even want me to play.
Yeah,
But I've met my match with Murphy's Law.
you know what would be it would be good if it was like a voice thing. If everybody was on a panel with their voice and they said it like a almost like a buzzer or something, then it would
Uh,
be. I don't know
um,
if it would be any different. I just don't like the out
Tingle
of order
Bar.
sequence.
Tingle Bar is also brilliant too. I mean, she's good at trivia.
I'm a good trivia person too, but it's just not going to happen with the Wi-Fi thing.
Yeah,
Whatever's going on, so it doesn't get the show. I like trivia, but I don't like trivia anymore on YouTube. I don't like YouTube trivia. It sucks.
yeah, it's kind of a unfair disadvantage for you there.
Yeah.
And look
Yeah.
at
Well,
Law. She's going
Murphy's
back
Law.
into high. I bet I'll find her in about 6 minutes.
Oh, damn, Gypsy. Are you guys like talking about what you're going to eat to make your jars for sale? That will do it. Rotten cabbage. Rotten cabbage and what's that other vegetable that smells? Asparagus.
Broccoli too.
All of it loaded up.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, Coco's a walk-in time bomb.
She's had rolls 2 days in a row. I'm jealous. Jimbo gets all of her elbow pictures. I've never gotten one.
Well, I think she had some competition last night. I just can't remember the person's name. I feel
Oh,
like it was Tara or something like that.
yeah. Who's Mike Huckabooby?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. We don't know. We never got to find out. Apparently, I lost though, and I owe him, whatever, corn dogs. But I don't even know what I lost to because we didn't get to find out what it was about.
She called him on Messenger.
Alicia Kansler, hey,
Back to
oh,
the bushes.
back to the bushes. I was reading that too. All right, I guess we need to
Hey, I'll
close
see ya.
out.
See you
So
soon.
thank you for coming, Sarah.
Oh, it's 11:03. Crap. Oh, see you later.
I love you
Bye.
guys all, and I'll see you over at Jimbo's for a little bit.
Okay, see you in a minute.